into Fox, right?
All right, big tech names. Let's see. We've got the Dow up 23. Big tech names. Remember, please look at Apple. You can pre-order iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus. You can pre-order starting today. The stocks are now is at 159. All the other big tech's down. President Trump is definitely reaching out to the Democrats to try to get a bipartisan legislation. Specifically, how about this for a deal? DACA, that's the Dreamers. Let the Dreamers stay in return for build the wall. Now, let's see what Congresswoman Claudia Tenney has to say. She's a Republican. She's from New York State. And welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be on again.
You hate it, don't you? You just hate the idea that the Dreamers will stay, but we get to build the wall. You don't like it, do you?
I want more. I want more. I want tax reform.
And you don't have the votes. You don't have the votes for it.
I want with tax reform we're coming out with. We'll get tax reform because remember what keeps me up at night? The wrath of Stuart Varney, as I promised, tax reform before the end of the year. So we've got to have that done. No, we have to get tax reform.
What's the problem with getting something done on immigration? Let the Dreamers stay. It's not going to kill you. In return, we do build the wall. Now, what's wrong with that?
Okay, let me be perfectly honest. That DACA, the Dreamers,
yes,
it's a great bargaining chip. If we have the deal maker in chief out there, he needs to get us what we didn't get yet. We didn't get repealing and replacing Obamacare. We didn't get tax reform. We need to get those things. And DACA is just part of an entire comprehensive immigration reform dealing with the 4 million people that are waiting to get legal citizenship here. We have a refugee program. We can help work with people that on those ends. We have to preserve our borders. The wall is going to happen. The president promised the wall. We funded the wall. Think about we just did this last week. 12 appropriations bills on regular order, which is the first time that's happened since 2009. The House is getting it done. We've delivered on the entire agenda, the Trump agenda. We even funded the wall, except tax reform. We have to get tax reform done, and we need to get the people, those 3 senators over on the other side, to vote on health care, and we have completed pretty much the entire Trump agenda in the House.
You've got to get rid of, not get rid of, but you've got to discount the conservatives on the right and forget about the leftists on the left of the Democrat Party. Get rid of them, move to the center, and you can get something
But look what we
done.
did, though. The House, we couldn't get we got the bill out the second time. Who voted for it? The conservatives, the Freedom Caucus. Who didn't vote for it?
Yeah, and they
the moderates and the Tuesday group.
They pushed it so far to the right that when it got to the Senate, it didn't have the votes.
No, they had a totally different bill they came out with in the Senate. This is
doesn't matter. The GOP has failed.
No,
you are representing a failed party.
We're winning. We're winning.
You're not. No, you're
Absolutely,
not.
because think about what we got.
I'm still saddled with Obamacare.
That's because of the Senate. But think about what happened with the Senate.
It's because of the GOP. You could not get it done. Come on.
Think about this. Look at it honestly. You have now be honest for a minute. Let me tell you what happened. We got the Freedom Caucus. The conservatives voted. They held their nose. They voted for the American Health Care Act. What happened in the Senate? Rand Paul, Senator Lee, Senator Cruz, all conservatives voted for the Senate bill. They didn't like it, but they voted for it. Who didn't vote for it? Who let us down at the last minute? The 3 moderates, including John McCain, who voted on much more onerous legislation before that, and he put the thumbs down. Had he voted on that, those would have been 2 bargaining chips. They're not the final bill. It's part of reconciliation. Those bills would have gone into reconciliation. We would have come up with a health care solution. Instead, John McCain really gave us the thumbs down. And he is a moderate. He is not a conservative.
So does Susan Collins.
Guess who's jumped in and helped us out? The conservatives got on board. The Republicans. They've toed the line in the House. We have passed all the things the president talks about that he's passed, whether he's talking about rolling back regulations, comprehensive changes to the VA, to the military, and rebuilding the military. All of those things have been done with the House. All of them, except tax reform, which is keeping me up at night because I want to get tax reform done. So next time I can come on January 1st, or the first week in January, and look at Stuart Varney right in the eye and say, we got tax reform done.
So you're pre-booking yourself
I'm
on this.
pre-booking myself.
Well, you're allowed to do it.
Oh, wait, I am? Okay.
Yes, you are.
No, but we really need to get that done. We really need to stimulate the economy. Obamacare is imploding. It's hurting all of us. I look at that vote in the Senate as not just hurting the Republicans. What it really did is it hurt the American people.
Well,
they're hurting and they want it done. And I agree with you on that, but we have delivered.
Would you agree with the following? If the GOP cannot get its act together on tax reform, the president will do it for you by going to the Democrats, and you will get something you do not want. You understand that?
I think that's what the
wrong for me
president's
to say something
threatening.
like that, but that's the situation you're facing.
I think that's what the president's threatening. I think that's what he's
And
doing
that's
with,
the situation
with
you're
DACA.
facing.
I
Yes.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, because if you can't do it, he will.
With a pen and a phone?
Are we done? No.
Let's hope not.
No, he'll go to
He's
the
rolling back
Democrats. He'll get the
executive
votes he
orders.
needs from the Democrats, whether
I think
you like
you'll
it or
see
not.
the Republicans come in.
You will?
We're going to be there.
You promise?
I promise. What's that, first week in January?
Yeah,
I'll be
first week of
back.
January. If not before.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. We do appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Great to talk to you.
Okay.